Yo, what is up, peeps? It's CLT here, giving you a week 4 matchup here between Caster Curse and Happy Jellyfish G League. They are currently playing Game 2 right now, but we're going to go over the replay of Game 1 while they're finishing up their series here. The captains were both goated enough to send me the drafts, so we will cover that. Let's go over to the draft, which that is not it. Whoopsie. There we go. First time, guys. Sorry about that. So, let's go ahead and maximize this for a sec. So, looking at the bands here, we have the Fiddlesticks Gnar Nocturne, so definitely taking shots here at the jungler for Happy Fish, or Happy Jellyfish G League here. And Happy Jellyfish getting rid of the Karma, the Echo, and One-Handed Gaming's Trundle here. So, Happy Jellyfish going with the Amumu first. Caster Curse, I believe, let me double check. That is Lucian. So, Lucian first pick going to the side of Caster Curse, and then Volley Bear coming out. Happy Jellyfish G League respond with Vagar Jin, so I'm already liking what Happy Jellyfish is doing. They're playing a lot of zone, a lot of range into the Lucian comp. Vagar makes it obviously very difficult for the Volley Bear to get in. And then we see an Elise here, which is interesting. So are we seeing Volley Bear top? What's going on here at the draft? Caster Curse, though, getting rid of mid laners in the Nico and the LeBlanc, and Happy Jellyfish G League also going after some mid laners, the two other champions that Croesus, the mid for Caster Curse, has been pretty solid on. So, Caster Curse picks the Nami, so now we're still wondering where this Elise is going in the draft. And then Happy Jellyfish go with the Shen Milio, and then Caster Curse goes with the Set. So, this is a mid lane, either Elise or Volibear. So, interesting take in the draft here for Caster Curse, kind of bringing out a little bit of wackiness here. So let me go ahead and start the replay up. Oh, we see something interesting here. This is an Elise mid. Well, this is not something you see every day.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
What's up again? I changed some settings to let me know when you guys were watching ads here. So we do have game one here of Happy Jellyfish G League versus Caster Curse. I'm sorry, I do gotta tab out just one quick second. Turn off the music real quick. And me enter. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright. I think we are good to go here. Alright, here we go. Sorry about that. I just got done with a scrim, so was kind of getting a little bit of a late start here. So, but we see something unique here in Croesus coming out with an Elise mid, which I think is kind of unique. If you get caught in the Vagar cage, Elise can repel out and has ways of dodging excuse me, a lot of her damage. So this is kind of unique. It is also a range option, which Vagar finds it difficult to stack on, though sometimes I think he's going to be able to sneak a couple stacks on the spiderlings there, but we already seen he got one stack just from poking Elise. Don't know if that was a failed dance battle or what. We do see Smoles here subbing in for Soup, aka Ronin, in the top lane. So Smoles making his Rec League debut. Little bit of chat here. One-handed gaming. His name actually is legit. He plays with one hand, and he's absolutely goated for that. So, see the set versus Shen top lane. I think this is a very skill expressive matchup with quite a bit of counterplay here. You know, if Shen can W a lot of the autos or even the Qs, then I feel like Shen really turbo wins that trade. But if not, Set can do quite a bit in that. We do see kind of what I'm going to call the Caster Curse, like, patented bot lane, and this Lucian Nami. They played this lane, I believe this is their third time to split playing it. And, you know, they're just really, really potent at playing strong lanes in the bot lane. As you can see, they've already got up to the turret here, and Jin's already having a hard time collecting a lot of the CS here. 10-5 after 2 waves. So, you see Croesus, though, kind of just playing in and out of the range here of Vagar. Oh, we see Smoles here going after one-handed. Oh, we see a first blood coming out of Smoles here on the Shen. It's something we rarely see with one-handed here. He's had a really big standout season so far. Note, both top laners already burned their flashes in that duel as well. Nice shield here from Ashes. Ashes kind of one of the standouts. Not only did he win the Sweat League finals with Femboys, but he's already made a solid impact. Oh, Bird, though, getting jumped on. Nice bubble by Pens here, and then the heal to get the movement speed out. So well played from the bot lane to kind of dodge that gank or get out of it. Etrium, though, on this bot scuttle. Which I would assume Etrium is going to go straight after this top side scuttle here. Double scuttle perps. Do you see some damage coming out of Croesus here? Had the Spiderling tank the turret shot and got rid of it before it landed. Bot lane though, getting jumped on. Bird though very low on mana. Same with Pens here. Murph sitting on this fourth shot. Etrium looking topside. There's been a lot of brawling up top. Smalls with that first blood, buying a call on his first back. Okay. Well played from the bot lane. Wait until the fourth shot comes out. But Ashes with quite a few E's there to block a lot of the damage. But we do see already like a 15 CS lead coming out of this bot lane here. See, one-handed, getting the best of Smalls here in that duel. Building a Vamp Scepter first. He's going Blade of the Rune King. Croesus roaming bot. Herbs, though, taking a lot of damage. Bird, though, getting jumped on. Had to flash away. Croesus now in the middle of this bot side. Etrium coming in. Level 5, though, won't be looking for the dive. Forces Ashes to flash. And, you know, big 3v4 in the bot lane that turns into no kills. So, still 1-1. No objectives have been taken yet. We do see a 700 gold lead, excuse me, coming from the side of Caster Curse so far. Solid trade coming out of Croesus. The very interesting thing is the fact that Elise has a little bit of healing from autos on the W, Spider W. Perpso looking up on the top side, one-handed. Oh, ends up immuning the Q from Amumu by using the set ult. Well played from one-handed there. Really big trade here from Bird on this Lucian here. Ashes following low. Bird, though, ulting, but Murph doing everything he can to protect his support. Quagmire getting jumped on, flashes over here. Ends up getting one punched by one-handed gaming here. Now this is a 3v2. Elise does fall. Perps, though, going to fall as well. And Caster Curse gets the Feats of Warfare by becoming the first three kills here. Smalls, though, trying to do his best. May end up taking out one-handed. Oh, W comes out. Oh, and he was so close. Smalls almost got the one in the 1v2, but now one-handed gaming being the recipient of a lot of these kills ends up being 4-1. Pens uses the ult here, but we see Murph trying to use the Jin ult to get a kill, and Pen's nice movement there. Gets himself the movement speed with E. And gets out of that, so I would think the Caster Curse bot lane would like to back here. Oh, I'd have been really afraid at a flash 4th shot Q there on the Pens. I thought Murph missed quite a bit there, but did not burn summoners, but still forced him back. So a little bit of life here in the Happy Jellyfish's bot lane. We do see Perps starting up this Chemtech Drake, which this is a pretty big Drake for Happy Jellyfish, just because of the amount of shields and healing coming out of not only Shen in the Stand United, but Milio. One-handed. First one to his first item. Has the Blade of the Ruin King coming up, so definitely looking to split push and try to muscle his way through these turrets, which we've seen him do those before on picks like Trundle and well, Trundle. So see what he ends up wanting to do here. Nice cancel on the taunt here. Smoles, though, getting all in, dodges the autos here, and ends up getting taken down from one-handed. So one-handed, 5 kills on him. All 5 kills from Caster Curse are on one-handed gaming here. So he's definitely coming out very well in these in this laning phase here. Ult coming out with Shen ulting in here as well. And Shutdown going over to Shen. So well played that Smole's calling for the Shen ult here on the Perps. And ends up getting that kill back. He has 2 long swords, so I think we're going to see a Tiamat here. Just so maybe he's able to push his way back or contest the push. Snare coming out from Murph on the Pens. Getting a little bit of damage back. Murph looking to use his 4th shot, but ends up using it on the minion here. So Pens and Bird doing their best to dance the range there. Perps, though, looking at this bot side here. Will end up getting a Q on the Pens. Pens does dodge the snare. Ult comes out as well. Looking at the mid lane here in this kind of unique matchup, we see, you know, CS is a little bit favored for Croesus. Veigar has 86 stacks, so he's farming up quite well here. Has the first item, Luden's Companion. Oh, one-handed taking this blue buff just right under the nose of Happy Jellyfish. Oh, trade comes out though. Smole's trying to bait here. Big R coming out. Oh, and one-handed almost turned that around. But Quagmire ends up taking one back here. Oh, nice dash from Bird here to save Pens from getting snared. Murph having the 4th shot ready. Etrium is in the wings here. But Ashes kicking him out with the soccer ball. So we still see a really solid CS lead from this Caster Curse bot lane, 122 to 95 here. See a Lich Bane coming out from Crosus. That's unique. But then again, I don't know what mid lane Elise builds. I think Quagmire's getting close to being able to almost one-shot the Spiderlings with Q, which will make his farming that much more expedited. So he's not too worried about the traits here. Goes Sword Shoes as well. See Smol's getting attacked up top side, but ends up getting out of it. About 3/4 of the way done with his call. Smol's just kind of quietly 1v2ing up here. Turret ends up getting turned off here, and they're just going to go for the first turret, which will give them feats of strength. So nice force here from Caster Curse. Oh, one-handed ends up taking Smoles out again here, so this set becoming pretty massive. You know, he's got all 6 kills for Caster Curse. Let's see if anybody else can get a kill this game one. I feel like we've seen this song and dance before with one-handed being able to just end up get out turrets. Quagmire though trading flash for flash. It's one-handed jumped on him. I actually think if you're pins, you want him to complete that back, so then you start up Dragon, because then it's a 4v2, 4v3 in the bot side. Yeah, I think Caster Curse is missing an opportunity here to just start this Dragon up immediately. You got bot lane prio, you've seen the jungler just back here. But easy to say watching from the skybox here. Etrium though, popping his Rift Herald to go after the bot lane turret here, and Caster Curse picking up another turret here. So they're just slowly starting to pick apart the map. Quagmire using the cage to kind of zone off people. This Veigar cage is going to be very valuable in a lot of these team fights. See, Bird is pretty close to almost 10 CS a minute here. He's just a little bit shy of it. So nice damage overall from from the Happy Jellyfish bot lane here, but Nami's in the area, so gonna be able to heal him up. Oh, big catch on to the bot lane here. Bird trying to do his best here, ults away. But nice pickup here from Perps and the Happy Jellyfish bot lane here. Oh, nice stun overall. Ashes, though, cleansing everything here. And what was potentially a pick ends up just being a 1 for none in favor of Happy Jellyfish G League. Etrium doing what he can and ends up blocking a lot of the damage here. This Bird just kind of wants to get this lane pushed in. One thing I'm quietly noticing looking at the item builds here is Caster Curse really doesn't have like a dedicated like pure frontliner. So I'm concerned if they try to, you know, take a head-on fight that it's going to be very, very difficult for them to dodge a lot of the Jhin damage that's he's going to be scaling into and Veigar damage. See Smol's getting ganked here in the bot side, but Quagmire's also there. Pen's taking quite a bit of damage. The mid. See Croesus switching to this top side of the map. The one hand is now on the bot side. Perps though is in the area. Just trying to get some of the vision out of this jungle here. A fairly quiet game so far. Had a little bit of an exciting start to it, but it's just very quiet. Birds farming up CS. Murph hasn't fallen any further behind on the CS department. But we just see, you know, one-handed gaming already at his second item in, what's it called? In the Stride Breaker. Sorry. Just blanked on what that item was called. Otacon is up. Shen is bot lane with TP and ult here. Veigar first to move, but I don't think he can safely step into it. So Smols though, TPing topside here. Gets the double taunt off. Pen's getting attacked here in the river. Has the burn ult. Misses everybody, but creates enough space that he could end up leaving. I love the second item by Perps here, the Abyssal Mask, to amplify the Veigar damage more. Caster Curse here now. Having set up on this Infernal Drake here, the fact that this is Infernal Drake is absolutely massive for Caster Curse to start stacking these and try to get the soul point quickly. Veigar with Infernal Drake is an absolute nightmare to deal with just because of the large amount of AP he gets to. Smalls though diving in. Perps though with a big ult. Cage comes out. Etrium ends up getting one-shotted by Veigar. Perps wins the smite fight here. One-handed trying to carry the rest of this fight here. And everybody else is out with Croesus kind of sitting here in the wings. He ends up getting one, and now he's going to end up getting a second one here. Double kill coming out for Croesus on this Elise mid. So, Infernal Drake going over to Perps and Happy Jellyfish G League, which is, I think, really like the win for them overall. It just gives them a lot more time to scale into this. And so we see Quagmire on 185 stacks, 430 AP. Has like two stacks, 3 stacks on Dark Harvest. Yeah, 4. Sorry, on Dark Harvest. So slowly building that up. Bird though crashing this wave mid gets a little bit of damage. So 7 kills to 8, 2 dragons to 1 in favor of Happy Jellyfish. The gold lead is about 600 for the side of Caster Curse. So a pretty even game so far. Caster Curse does have the feats of strength though. Ash is face checking to put a ward down. Pens does miss the bubble there. And we're kind of back to these standard lanes. Crosus, after the Lich Bane, going the Gnasher's Tooth here. Very, very interesting. Oh, he just does so much damage. Oh, Lord. Okay. Elise go Burr. Interesting that we don't see Pen on this Elise. Typically, that's what I see when it's built in the jungle. But, yeah, mid, I'm not 100% sure. Etrium going after Murph, turning the turret off to get it. Ashes gets picked up. Perps, though, with the nice ult. One-handed, though, is going to end up giving the One Punch Man over to Murph. One-handed will fall to the turret. Bird, though, taking the turret and getting a fat auto here from Smoles. And so we do end up seeing a 4-for-1 in favor of Caster Curse with Baron up here 26 minutes. And that's Baron going over to Caster Curse here. So with that fight and the Baron take, and they're now up about 4K on the gold. Turret getting turned off here by Eltrium, and nice flash to get out of there. Crosus, though, finding himself somewhere in enemy territory. Don't know how he got there, but the bot lane now trying to siege this mid lane turret. Veigar Cage does come out. Smoles doing what he can to wave clear this. Veigar picks up a few more points of AP as well. So.
Let me give you a hug.
Quagmire potentially getting jumped on. Smoles is ulting here. Ends up getting a taunt to keep Bird in place as Bird got one-shotted here by Veigar. And now One-Handed Gaming's on the run. Etrium and Pens, though, coming. Crosus coming down the river as well. Nice take over from One-Handed. Perps, though, with a big 3-man ult here. Etrium getting caught out. Nice ult overall. Ends up burning Ashes away. Murph's shots end up going wide here, and a big fight back from Happy Jellyfish as they end up getting not only the kill, but they will end up getting this Infernal Drake here. And that was a 3 for 2. So Quagmire able to just QW Bird along with Smolls' damage to one-shot Bird. I don't think he was expecting that. So, still only about a 2k gold lead here. A lot of this power spread across Happy Jellyfish G League, and one-handed now on his third item. Etrium also on his third item here. Bird completing third item as well here. So Quagmire though is the big recipient of a lot of this fight. Because now he is at almost 800 AP here, 30 minutes. So this Veigar is going to smack. We see Caster Curse pushed in this mid lane. Etrium does have ult up with Veigar on the bot side. I think they're looking to attack Veigar here, which would be a big take overall. But Quagmire in trouble. Smolls does have the ult, but he's going to end up TPing instead. So that's TP out of Shen. Nice pressure from Caster Curse to force the TP. Now it looks like chalking a little bit for position here. Pens does get out of the area. Bird burning the ult here. Redemption does come down from Ashes here, so cooldown's burned from Caster Curse, but really nothing came out of it. One-handed TP into the backline though. Oh, and he's absolutely murdering Murph. Picks up Quagmire and dunks him. Also, Croesus ends up putting a bullet of damage to take down Quagmire. Pens throwing the ult here. Smolls trying to battle back, but one-handed's just doing everything he can in the back line. Perp's unable to get on top of Bird. And Etrium's going to end up finishing off Smolls here. And this could be an end angle for Caster Curse in what was a big explosive fight. So, I do see we are on an ad, so I'm going to pause it. Alright, we are here. Sorry, Campbell. We were in a little bit of an ad break there, and while I'm trying to get used to the settings for the ads, I'm just gonna pause it during the ad break. It was nice enough to show me in chat when they're in ads. So I'm gonna go back to this original river fight here. One-handed TPing behind here, ends up taking Quagmire, dunking him in the Murph here to get that. Murph falls. Quagmire ends up falling from Croesus' damage, but ends up ulting him. Smol's trying to take care of the back line. See one-handed on the other side, trying to take care of Ashes. Perps is basically 1v2ing this bot lane up until he got kited out here. And this should be an end angle for the side of Caster Curse here, as they have 4 down for 20 seconds. Let's see. I think they can get a couple of turrets low. No, they're going to go after the Baron here. So Baron being a pretty big pickup. We do see Happy Jellyfish is on soul point here. So let's see what happens there. Croesus finally picking up some pen. Had the Storm Surge come out here. So he's definitely going to be doing a lot of damage. But we do see Perps, though, getting taken over. Ashes dropping the redemption right here. Oh, and a big double kill from One-Handed Gaming. He was basically just one-shotted Ashes and Perps there. And now Quagmire's left alone. And instead of going after this dragon, this is an end angle here for Caster Curse. One-Handed Gaming just always seems to land these clutch W's in late game team fights and one-shotting people. This is game 1. Game 1. And Caster Curse is going to take game 1 here against Happy Jellyfish G League. So, well played from both sides. I like a lot of what I'm seeing here, so. So yeah, let's go to switch over here to the client. Caster Cursed will end up taking game 1 here. And what was a pretty up back and forth game. They had the lead, but sometimes, here they were only up by like 480 gold. After Happy Jellyfish battled back from 2400 down, but then it did start to snowball here. So, good play here from Caster Curse. Pens with the 1-11 scoreline. One-handed gaming though. Having the first 6 kills of the game for Caster Curse. Just kind of let him do what he did. So, we are going to see. Did they send me the draft for game 2? That they did. It looked like he did give me the draft here, so let's pull that up. There we go. So, game 2 draft. We see the debut of Yunara. She is enabled for this week and the remaining weeks going forward. So Caster Curse pulling out the Yunara, being the first one to bring it out. Happy Jellyfish responding with the Senna Warwick. Caster Curse coming out with the Rammus. We've seen Caster Curse pull out this Rammus before, but I think this is a much better spot. Especially with the Renata as well. So, happy Jellyfish G League answering with what was that pick? Let me see if I can figure out what this game 2 pick was. Blitz. Thank you, One-Handed. I think you're tuning in here. Much appreciated, good sir. So that is a Blitzcrank here. 3. So trying to play some range here. Or trying to play more of a pick comp. Trying to make this game a little more chaotic. So, well, I like the thought process from them on that. So let me go back to this draft real quick. I figured it out. We do see again a lot of mid lane bans in the Karma coming out for Happy Jellyfish, Caster Curse, getting rid of the Annie and the Quinn. So Happy Jellyfish though picking the Cho'Gath here. We have seen Quagmire play the Cho'Gath mid before, but kind of wasn't sure where it was going. Caster Curse responds with the Trundle, Azir, which I like those two answers. Both lanes do quite well in the Cho'Gath. If it ends up being a tank variant, then Trundle does not mind it. And then Kennen coming out here for Smoles. So Kennen, not something we see too often, but Smoles ends up bringing it out. And let me see if I can do this properly. This is game 2 right now. I'm going to run an ad break and then we will get into game 2. Hopefully there'll be no ads during it when I run it. Alright, and here we go here with game 2. We'll see how this goes. I love the Blitzcrank pick. I think Yunara can get her range punished quite heavily, so Ashes on that is we'll see what kind of difference he makes here. Yunara is kind of an interesting AD. I think for the most part, in my opinion, she's relatively balanced. I don't think her late game is the greatest compared to other crit marksmen, but her mid game spike, especially on 1 to 2 items, is pretty good here. So the invade getting spotted out by Caster Curse here. We do see them up top though, prepping a counter invade. And Croesus kind of giving it away that they were on a ward here with his hey hey in the chat. We see an interesting Tear of the Goddess coming up by Croesus. That's not something you see on Azir. There's not really any assassins or anything that is it's the most useful for, so kind of worried there in that regard. Etrium though trying to take the Raptors here. Perps though with the Q smite and takes away the big Raptor here, so neither jungler are going to get level 2 on this first camp. One of Yanara's best friends though in lane, I've heard and I've seen, is Renata. So I do think Caster Curse kind of doing their homework in Yanara's. Probably played a couple different lanes with it, and felt like Renata was one of the best ones because she does like to sit in there and brawl. So I would expect Quagmire to be pushing in. Crosus probably fishing for some Qs here. The Grasp of the Undying is quite interesting. I feel like he can go the AP variant in, especially in lane, can play more of a poke mage and try to outrange Crosus here, especially with stuff like Arcane Comet. Oh, we do see though Pens getting hooked here from Ashes. Nice Q coming out. Bird putting in quite a bit of damage there as well. So what started off with a pick here by Ashes, Bird ends up free firing. The lethal tempo puts in so much work with Yanara. One-handed though, trying to take the best of a trade here with Smoles. Smoles does end up poking him back. Ashes going forward here with the Hex Flash, but Perps was on a ward. Game 2, yes it is Nexus. What's up, bro? That's the GOAT right there, is Nexus. Oh, and Bird ends up getting picked here from Ashes, but again, it's returning quite a bit of damage. Oh, Smoles though ends up flashing from away from one-handed, and here's Perps with the fear and the first blood here from the doggo. Warwick ends up picking one up topside here. Smoles CSing quite well here compared to one-handed, so let's see if this comes into play. One-handed picking up a longsword here. Oh, Ash is getting picked on here from Bird and Pens. Oh, we see Crosus potentially, getting poked down quite heavily here from Quagmire. If you're gonna go D-ring start, I still think you're just gonna go. Now Smoles potentially falling here to Etrium. Etrium does pick up one back onto Smoles here, so both top laners fall into ganks. Sorry about that. We did see a flash alt attempt coming out of Croesus there to set up Etrium, and Quagmire ended up flashing away from this. We see Quagmire with the Giant's Belt here. I'm hoping that that is Heartsteel, or not Heartsteel, that is Warmogs, because Heartsteel does not give you any value here, I feel like. Etrium, though, taunting up Perps, Bird and Pens coming up River to help. Etrium's still level 5, so not able to engage. Pens getting picked off here by Ashes, but there's no real follow-up damage here. Etrium, though, now frontlining here. This is the kind of fight Yanara wants here, especially with the Q splash damage here. And that's a double kill to Yanara. Potentially a third kill, as Quagmire does get one back on the Etrium. So Bird's going to end up getting 3 here on this Yanara pick. And that is also Feats of Warfare going to the side of Caster Curse. Croesus being just an absolute annoying pain in the ass, but it's going to end up potentially coming back to bite him. Smalls, though, coming down river and picking up one. Perps, though, with a nice Q to dodge the ult as well. Etrium trying to hide here in this Void Grove cavern. But here comes Perps as well. Smalls going in, stunning up one-handed here. Perps fearing Etrium. Nice ult coming out of Murph as well as it ends up hitting. Pens, though, kind of in no man's land. Ash is also here. See if the ult or the grab comes out. It does not. But Happy Jellyfish, though, using this tempo. Now they are getting these Void Grubs here, which is pretty big. Getting Void Grubs away from one-handed, especially his Trundle here. He is very good at taking away turrets, but I think he's disrespecting one Smalls here. Nice dodge from one-handed, but it's going to end up going back over the Smalls. So this Kennen pick putting in a lot of work against Trundle here. This top match was brutal. Smalls is a very respectable top laner. He's now sitting at 2-1-1 here. And he's on the full proto belt as well here, so Small's going to have a lot of mobility and access to this back line. Yuntal, though, completed by Bird here. It's been complete for a little bit. You know, decently stacking it. Croesus going for what appears to be the Nashor's Tooth first. I remember last time he was on a Zir. He kind of set on the bow, so let's see if he completes it here. Quagmire, though. Oh, the knockup ends up. Oh, that could have been so bad. The knockup from Etrium stopped the knockup from Croesus. We see one-handed now just getting picked on by Smalls here, so Kennen putting in a lot of work up in this top side. Quagmire completing the Heartsteel. I do not like this Heartsteel at all. It's basically you're in the triple range here. I don't think you ever get stacks on this Heartsteel. Great job casting. Much appreciated. Much appreciate the love there. Small's picking up plate. Maybe that might have been just 2 plates there. Due to the grub take, which which I think is pretty massive here. Kennen does take turrets like quite well. AP champs in general do a really quite a bit of damage to turrets. Penn's getting picked out here, and they get started by Murph. Penn's trying to launch the ult. It only catches Murph here, but they were already so far away that they could not catch up. So Ashe is kind of going fishing here with a lot of these hooks. Quagmire, though, having to flash away as he ran into Etrium. Ashe is again going after Pens here, but Bird putting in quite a bit of damage here. Pens, though, getting taken out by Perps. They'll burn the exhaust and forced Perps to flash. Smalls, though, again hitting this top side. Could potentially be first turret here. No, one-handed's here in time. Oh, big damage coming out of Smalls here. Oh, but one-handed ends up slowing him into the turret here, and Smalls ends up falling here. That was also a shutdown going over to one-handed, so this might be the gold influx he needed here. 3 members bot side going after Bird. Flash knock-up coming out of Ashes. Oh, nice dash in the flash, but Perps will end up suppressing him. Croesus, though, TP'ing in the bot lane, ends up knocking back Ashes. Croesus, though, taking a lot of damage with the Ignite also going on. Murph, though, able to pick that one up, but here comes Etrium. See if he's got the taunt here. He ends up picking up Blitz here. Pen, he's playing through him. Q coming out, and the movement speed as well. And that's a triple kill coming out to this full Thornmail Rammus. What's the score? Caster Curse is up 1-0 on the Happy Jellyfish Terrace. Glad you could join us, bro. Ashe is playing an actual support. Yeah, he, what did he play last game? He played an actual support last game, too. Oh, he played Milio last game. That was Jin Milio into, Lushinami. So, oh, we see Quagmire stealing this dragon, which was the first dragon of the game. This is probably the latest first dragon we've seen this season. 14.5 minutes. One-handed, trying to hold on for dear life on this turret. Quagmire trying to get a Heartsteel stack. I do not like this Heartsteel at all, to be perfectly honest. Smalls, though, holding on. Let's see if he can get this turret here, because the turret will be massive. It is. That's first turret over to Smalls and Happy Jellyfish G League. See if they beat our record for no Otacon. Oh, Quagmire getting pushed into the turret here, and I think he's going to end up falling here. Watch him get away at the Heartsteel. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's Kinetic Rukin or Wormhole. Oh, but Ashes, though. Ashes has went fishing all game and finally got a kill out of it. Bird, though, ulting and eating forward here, putting out a big, slow, lethal tempo going. One-handed TP into this fight to slow down Murph, and that's another return kill going over to this Yunara, now 5-1 here in her debut in the Midwest Rec League. Smalls, though, TP'ing here. Ashe is looking for another hook, doesn't find it. Perps, though, with this pressure topside, getting Rift Herald here. So I'm loving the map movement overall by the Happy Jellyfish team here. Oh, Penn's getting picked on again. Knockup from Quagmire, though, is off to the side. Smalls, though, forcing Penn's to flash. And one-handed is now here. Smalls just ulting just to secure it. So that's 4 kills on the Smalls now. A combined 8 and 4 between the top jungle for Happy Jellyfish, so.
Victory is made.
Quagmire having to flash away. It's an interesting flash. I don't really see the vision there. But here's one-handed. He gets hooked in here. But there's not much damage here. Smalls is around the corner. He has a completed Shadow Flame. This Kennon's going to really, really hurt. Runin's Hurricane picked up by Bird here. This is kind of the 2-item spike where I've seen Yanara start to really take off in team fights here. But there's a lot of beef in front of her. But Croesus with the completed Gnasher's Tooth, I will give him credit. He actually completed Gnasher's this time here. So we're going to see his damage start to ramp up quite heavily. But 12 kills to 11. Caster Curse sitting on less than 1k, about 800 gold lead. They did lose the first dragon, which the fact that now this is a tank Cho'Gath coming out of mid lane, they have a dedicated super tank. The Earth Drake is quite useful. Etrium, though, going in. Smalls, though, one-shotting Bird here. Pens was too late to W him. W's Etrium instead, and he's going to end up falling. That's 2 kills over to the side of Happy Jellyfish G League. And that is mid lane tier 1 going down here. Croesus, though, does put up the turret here for Azir. And, and the Rift Herald actually gets another charge off the Azir turret. I've never seen that happen, actually. Okay. I guess that's a use for it. Quagmire getting a turret here, bot side. Looks like he's going towards Sunfire Cape. I say this with nothing but love, but bro, you're into triple range. The Sunfire and the Heartsteel, I don't think are the greatest things you could grab here. Ash is kind of trying to zone off here, but I think he bit off a little more than what he could chew. Otacon does lower resistances. Etrium getting pulled here, but he's pretty tanky. One-handed, though, in this area. Smalls with an insane TP in here. Ends up taking off the Renata. Bird, though, does live through that. And now this is Yanara's fight to pick up the triple kill by Yanara. Oh, and Croesus, does he end up? Okay. I thought Croesus was going to steal the Penta there, but ended up not. One thing teams need to just keep in mind is Otacon does lower your resistances, so it's very hard to like zone off a fight there and not turn on it. How many subs would quite a bit. Quite a bit. Enough subs. You're not gonna have enough subs. Let's be honest. How many is a bit? You know what, Terrace? You get everybody the sub, and I'll let you know. I see that Nashor's. Yeah, Croesus finished the Nashor's first here, and now it looks like he's completing the Seraph's Embrace here, as he does have a fully stacked Tear of the Goddess. So I think this, with how fed Kennen got, I think the Saracen Brace Shield can at least try to tank an engage or two there. He only had 3 kills. Yeah, I know. I was thinking they were going to save that kill for Bird and let him have the quadra kill so then you can solely say you stole his penta. Which also would have been like super bad of you that you stole a Yanara penta in her first game played in the Midwest Rec League. Also, I probably would have had to highlight clip that penta. So we do have an ad break starting here in 20 seconds. So I'm going to pause during this ad, and then we will come back. Welcome to being monetized. And are we back? Does anybody see any ads? Oh, I guess Twitch lied to me. I guess there was no ads. Well, we'll go back. Listening to the snarl was crazy. Yeah, so Crosser's getting picked on here in the bot lane. And then also they're attacking top side here. So I did not see a single ad. Monetization is a lie. Hey, look, it said it was going to. Oh, now there's an ad. Fuck off. Alright. Can I get some R's in the chat? Are we back? I see that we're back. At least Twitch is telling me that we are back. But, we got some R's. Alright. Alright. Also, to note, who said Croesus talking about the snarl was crazy. I once got paused in a game during the Zanya's ring for 10 minutes. I had to take my headset off. So try me on that one. God, that was annoying. I remember that Risen game. Yeah. Try just the Zanya's ring in your ears for 10 minutes. Oh, I wanted to murder somebody. So we do remember that Croesus got picked off in the bot lane, and then they counterattacked Smoles in the topside river area. So Quagmire did TP to this fight. It does look like he is building Sunfire. Uh, major losing the shopkeeper in my opinion there. But it does mean that he'll be able to return a lot of damage to one-handed and Etrium, but yeah, definitely think the items could be a lot better. Bird, though, on 9 kills, 3 items here. This is when Yanara really takes off in fights. I do love the anti-healing coming out because of her splash damage on the Q. She is a very big user of Grievous Wounds. What if the shopkeeper never wanted us to win? That's alright. You dropping bars here, Terrace. I can respect that. So I just see a world where the Sunfire is going to have a bigger number on the item than the Heartsteel. That's never good. So Etrium going forward here, trying to get some area. See if Smoles or who wants to pick up this blue buff. Ashes does. Etrium just trying to zoom in and out to get vision here, being the mobile ward, I guess. Dragon is up. It is an Infernal Soul yet again. Bird putting in quite a bit of damage on the Quagmire here. Oh, Smoles, though, with an insane engage here. Double kill on the Renata and Azir. Bird trying to kite away, and he's just going to end up running off of this fight. And Etrium ends up falling to Murph. So, massive engage here from Smoles. He ends up proto-belting out of the Fog of War, the mist from Senna, and then flashes the Azir ult. One-handed, though, trying to all-in Smoles here. Locket comes out from Ashes, and Smoles will end up getting another one. And this Kennen is absolutely carrying this game here. 9, 4, and 3. 3 full items, double pin, plus the pin from the upgraded Tier 4 boots here. So he's sitting on 15, 30, 48 magic pin here. Just insane. Look, after that fight, Bird just bought a QSS. He's like, screw this shit. The Ram knockup start. My knockup? What, the Ramus Q? Oh, yeah. It did that twice this game to you, Croesus. That happened here. Yeah, Kennen just putting in a boatload of work. I cried. Yeah, it do be like that. But, you know, it's a big performance here from Smoles. Making his Rec League debut, subbing in here for Soup. As much as I pick on Soup, Soup's been having a pretty solid split as well. But Smoles trying to come in clutch for his boy here. Ashes here, trying to fight for some vision here. Croesus trying to chop down Quagmire here. Quagmire still building armor, laning into Azir. It's quite interesting. It's also quite interesting. Azir's still not doing great damage into him. Yeah, this is where I think the Seraph's Embrace is not that helpful. Nashor's, you could argue, like Rylai's. I mean, I would have even went like Shadow Flame here if he's just going to disrespect and keep building armor in that regards. But Silence coming out here. Quagmire getting himself another Heartsteel stack. Oh, that knockup hits. He might have fallen to the consume. But either way, we see double tank items coming out of Warwick as well. What's the score so far? Rurika, bro, much love for joining us. Caster Curse took game 1 here. This is game 2. Quagmire getting jumped on here. See if he's able to get any Heartsteel stacks. He doesn't. One-handed, though. Oh, with the clutch pillar there to go and take down Smoles here. We do see Happy Jellyfish trying to rush this Baron, but Senna is not a great Baron taker. It looks like Caster Curse is going to use this opportunity to get Baron. Croesus chopping down this bot lane turret that they're going to have to respond to. And this is going to end up being a Baron over to Caster Curse. But like last game, we still have Happy Jellyfish G League on sole point here. Oh, one-handed blocks Perps' ult into the pit. Etrium forcing the flash out of Murph here. Yeah, Ruriko's Happy Jellyfish is down 1-0. Caster Curse took game 1 of this series. Surprised Yanara went crit. I'm only seeing crit on Yanara, so I'm not. I still haven't seen any good ones. Kraken's so free here against Blitz. That's fair. I can see Kraken being very, very useful, but Yuntal still really solid. Kraken, Rageblade, Shadowflame, Decap. I have not seen that build. I know there for like the release date, people were going like Zonya's third or something like that, something crazy. But I have not seen that at all. I'm very curious in regards to that. So, but Ashes pulling pins here and having to flash away from this Yanara damage. I feel like Prit's pretty good, but I haven't tried other stuff. Well, I mean, you got Astro in the chat, Rurika, so it's yeah. KR Challengers running that build. Yeah. I mean, I'm curious. I might go spec that out here, and also might let my 80 carry know. So. But we see after this Baron gets taken that... Sorry, tried to talk too fast. Caster Curse are putting on this full press here to try and get the... Oh, Lord, that Trundle healing is kind of insane here. Smole's having to flash away here. Quagmire kind of in the middle of all of it, but is going to end up getting chopped down here by Bird. Oh, God. Ashes, that would be some goated shit if you won with that. Please. But with this Baron here, oh, we see Etrium diving in here. Smoles with the Zonyas. Oh, and a big wombo combo coming out of Croesus and Pens here with the Azir ult into the Renata ult. One-handed falling to the turret. But Caster Curse will end up taking game 2 here in a decisive 2-0 victory against Happy Jellyfish G League. And Yanara's debut on Big Sex Bird going 13-2-5 here. So let's go over to the in-game lobby here and get a decent look at it. Caster Curse 1-2-0. Pens again with a very respectable series. was 0-1-11 last game, and 2-5-17 this game. So doing quite a bit. But Bird here, 13-2-5, and look at how competitive and back and forth this game was up until the this fight here. So really, what did we think of the Elise mid? I thought it was interesting. Uh, that's all I'm gonna say. I need to see more of it, but I can definitely see where it could have issues. So Ash is back to the non-support champs next series. Well, I mean, there you go. But yeah. So that is Caster Curse winning 2-0 against Happy Jellyfish G League. And, we got to see Elise mid, we got to see Ashes on regular supports, and we got to see Yanara's debut. So this is the beginning of the halfway point here for the LOLMidwest Rec League. And I'm excited to see the rest of the matches this weekend. So this is CLT signing off here, and we will see you tomorrow for another series. Thanks for tuning in.